Welcome back to another message of hope. These are not intended to be predictive readings, but they might be. These are more so just intuitive, inspirational messages for you wherever you are on your journey. And I always encourage you to listen to your own intuition and notice what's resonating with you and what doesn't. Take what resonates, leave what does not. And today's conversation is going to, I feel guided to talk about this is a message for women stepping into their queendom or simply embracing more of their own personal empowerment, stepping into, their goddess-like state, feeling more confident and aligned and assured in who they are. And of course, you're still human, right? And, but you're not denying certain aspects of yourself and that maybe you have at once were in the past, or maybe you're just embarking on this, on this new phase of your journey, and you're looking for some encouragement and support, right? So that's what this is. So we're just going to pull a few cards to really support you and maybe speak to some of your journey. And I'm going to first start by pulling from the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. And so let's see what wants to come through. We have, okay. So there might be some things to release is what to start with. So first we have, it says red and it says forgive. And second we have, one second. Okay, and second we have here, it says shark, swim away from this situation. So there could be something that has lingered around for you. Could be an ex, and ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-partner. Could be masculine or feminine. Doesn't have to be one or the other necessarily. And you may or may not be pregnant, or maybe this speaks to a situation of when you were pregnant. This could also speak to a situation that maybe has some sort of element or aspect about it where it feels like it lives more in the 5D, or it lives more in an ethereal space. Could have something to do with Saturn return. Or simply could require you, in order to forgive, require you to step into more of your being your highest self, to be able to forgive from that space. If you don't feel like you're able to forgive from, from a more 3D human existence. Which of course, if that resonates for you, forgiving from, being able to step into what does your highest self know about this situation that's going to support you and stepping away from it. And so you could see the bigger picture and forgive from that space. And then of course, allowing that energy to integrate down into your physical being so that you can embody that here on earth and be fully present, right? Be fully present in that. Because that's where we're manifesting from, right? We're calling it down from that which we cannot maybe physically see or touch, calling it down into the physical reality. There could be some significance with tomatoes, or I'll say fried green tomatoes, or maybe even some situation where there was some sort of like, what do you call that? Like maybe there's some sort of embarrassing element to your situation. Maybe that's what you're stepping away from, a step away from whatever was embarrassing. Maybe there were people, maybe you felt like there were, some sort of heckling or maybe some sort of situation where you were on stage, or just maybe metaphorically on stage in front of other people, and you felt very vulnerable and exposed. And maybe you need to release that and forgive anybody who took part in judging you or trying to embarrass you. There could be something along those lines. Also, the numbers 10 or 35 could be relevant. And I'm even going to say July could be relevant. We have, it says shark, and this man is half shark, half human, or, mermaid, merman. And July for me comes in because I think Discovery Channel's Shark Week is always in July, I think. And if it's not, I just correlate it that way. So yeah. Okay. So, okay. As you're stepping into your goddess state, your queendom, your, feeling more abundance and alive, there may be things that you have to release first, let go, so that you can step into your more fully aligned truth and existence. I'm going to see if there's one more from this deck before we move on. Okay, I'll look at the bottom. What do we have here? That's beautiful. It says, Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. Ooh. Okay, and so we have a full-figured woman sitting on the beach reading a book, and the book says fairy tales. And in the background, there is a big fish swimming down. And I feel like it's kind of like the shark. You did what you needed to do to release what was heavy, release what was maybe some deception. You sent it on its way. You did what you needed to do. The next card we have here, it says Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. And she's putting a frame on the wall that says, I am enough. I am always enough. I am always enough. Yeah. So just, and letting I get this, there's a degree of letting the past go, letting the past die. Might have to grieve some of the past. Maybe savoring the good memories, whatever good memories there were, but allowing yourself to put it on a shelf and say, okay, that's what was, that's what happened. But coming back into a sense of enjoying your life, loving who you are, knowing who you are, and coming back into a space of loving your present. This is beautiful. I love this, love this, love this. Anyway, I have right here willpower. You may have been through a situation that felt like it was way bigger than you, right? Because if there was deception, you may have been very confused and didn't understand what was going on. But you are recognizing the power is within you. You get to call back your power. And no matter how big something feels, you get to, still own and stand in your power. Just because something might appear bigger than you or actually be bigger than you, it does not take anything away from you. You still get to be the bigness of you. You still get to be the full, So I mentioned earlier pregnancy, but this could also just simply be because this is the full figured mermaid, but she actually looks pregnant to me. She actually looks pregnant. This, sure, could be pregnant with a baby, could simply also be pregnant with you birthing that next version of you. You went through something that was painful and confusing before, And what if that was simply meant to be the catalyst for you to step into your next phase? And here's a woman who's now, of course, much lighter. She set her free from things weighing her down. And yeah, hello, the butterfly right there, transformed, transformation, beautiful. Okay, let's see what else. What else? What else wants to come through in service to all those women who are stepping into their queendom, their goddesshood, their power, their authentic alignment, being more of who they are. Take a deep breath in, loving themselves through their journey. And what card wants to come through? Okay, there we go. What do we have? Okay. We have peace. And she looks absolutely like a goddess. She's got that circle right behind her head, and there are beams radiating off of it. There's a dove right there too. I mean, she is this is an aligned woman. This is an aligned woman with her divinity, right? Divine feminine. This is you being, you're not inhibited by anything. You're not limited by anything. Standing in your full power. And even with that, any limiting notions that one has about what being powerful means, even releasing that. If your current definition of what it means to be powerful doesn't actually feel good, well, then maybe that's not the right definition for you. What's the definition that does feel good? This is about being peaceful, right? People who are truly in their power are not fighting for power. They're just simply aligned. They be. They're not trying to compete with anybody. They don't doubt their worth. You being in your full power means you're fully grounded and feeling calm and stable, aligned, centered, regardless of what's going on around you. The next card that came out is reconciliation. And I see this more so as you coming into alignment with your higher self. So reclaiming your power. This is, we could say the human self and the higher self. And it's like, yes, darling, we are one. We are one and the same. We are all of it. We are the higher self in the physical body. We know how to trust what the higher self is communicating to us through being fully embodied and present with our physical body. And what does that require of us? That requires us to release what doesn't serve, of course, right? Which could be past grief or past, any sort of sense of past deception. There could be a forgiveness of self that needs to take place. But allowing yourself to come into a sense of oneness and wholeness with yourself. And then we'll expand it further. See that big, massive moon right behind her, or the sun, either one. It's probably more so the sun. Okay. The part of you that didn't once know your power or know how big and awesome, amazing you were, or maybe you did know, but you weren't allowing yourself to embrace that. That's the moon. But when you come into alignment and you say, you know what? Yes, I am this and that. I am all of it. I love me and I choose to be who I am, who I authentically am. I'm not going to let any stories get in the way of that. I'm not going to let, anybody else who's trying to do me harm get in the way of that. Even just the perception of that, right? I'm going to let all that go. And then that moon becomes the sun. You're now standing in front of the sun, allowing yourself to be fully illuminated in light and love, in flow, Notice how she's standing in the ocean. I mean, that's expansion. That's expansion right there, being fully connected in the flow. That is, I love that. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's move to, I want to move to I'm going to move to a namaste card. We're going to get, let's see what guidance or insight or, a little exercise, a little exercise or something that you could do to support you in feeling embodied, feel more grounded, feel more connected with who you authentically are. Take a slow, deep breath in, exhale out any tension, and let's see. Woo, I love it. What do we have? We have two. First one says no goal. The second one says the power of breath. Hell, I'm like a parrot with this one, honestly. So many people, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the power of their breath. Okay, let's see what no goal says first. I think I have an idea, but let's see. It says, sometimes our goals can keep us from being in the moment. Goals can overshadow the experience we are having while we pursue our wants. Sometimes to be successful, we just have to focus on what needs to be done rather than focusing on the end game. When we focus on the process, we give more effort to what we are doing. This can be the leverage you need to reach your goal. So, okay, sometimes we're maybe thinking a little too far off into the distance, and that can cloud our mindset. That can just make things more challenging, right? It's like bogging things down, trying to eat the elephant all at once, so to speak. And so this is saying, okay, no. Okay, we know that that's the goal, right? But if we look at the big goal and then we chunk it down into bite-sized goals, what is the current task at hand, right? That would be the bite-sized goal. What's the present moment thing that needs to be focused on right now? Release over focusing on the distant future and just be present with what is right now so that you can fully accomplish this, complete it, gain, whatever new level of confidence there is to gain because you have fully integrated this, right? If you're trying to do something here, but your head and, your focus is all the way down there, you may not fully be receiving what's supposed to happen in this phase of the journey. And so releasing all the other stuff that you're not even there yet, and just be present. I see how this corresponds to my current life right now. So I love that. Okay, let's read about breath. Let's see what this says. It says, relax your face. If you want to do this with me right now, go ahead and I'm going to say, close your eyes and just follow along. It says, relax your face. Breathe in through your diaphragm. Every time you breathe, notice how powerful you feel. Breath takes in energy. Air gives us what we need to live. It fills us with power. Feeling the power of each breath allows us to charge ourselves like we charge our cell phones. Breathe this way for 8 minutes and fill yourself with power. This will help relax your body and power up your mind. Yeah, this is something I talk about a lot with clients, is you already have access for those who can breathe easily, right? I recognize that may not resonate for all people, but for the majority of people who are able to breathe on their own, your breath is not just something that tells you you're still living. It's literally something that can help transform how you feel in your body, how you respond to the outside world. Can support you in shifting your thoughts into a more positive, peaceful, supportive mindset. You can set all sorts of intentions with your breath as you inhale and as you exhale. Your breath is absolutely powerful. Okay, so there were those two things. And we're going to, let's see, we're doing, Look at that. Look at that. I only pulled a few decks for this, and still we're doing like a full on, full session here, right? I'm going to pull, I have 3 more decks I want to pull from. I'm going to pull from the Every Day is a New Day deck first. Every day is a new day. And see what message wants to come through. Then we're going to do Keepers of the Light and Messages of Life. Okay. Oh, I guess we have 2 here, actually. We have, we have, it's 100% okay to feel what you feel. Allow yourself to feel and be, especially if you're going through something where forgiveness has to take place first. It's okay, even especially if it's self-forgiveness, right? This probably even pertains to that more. It's 100% okay to feel what you feel. Allow yourself to feel and be. I think it's such a natural inclination that when we feel something unpleasant, to try and stop ourselves from feeling and block it off. But the interesting thing is that's not actually ending the emotion. That's just trapping the emotion. So then it's there to come back later. Oh, joy, right? Exactly what we don't want, which means, and it's really just a little mindset shift. It's a mindset shift that when you're feeling the emotions, you tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to block this. I'm just going to feel it, allow it to be. Knowing that as you are feeling it, that is also you being in the process of releasing it. And you might want to visualize that as you're doing that. But allow yourself to feel it, release it, and then with your breath, call in more of that peace. Call in more love, call in more support, more ease. The second one we have is every challenge has a solution. Ask to be shown what the solution is. Then choose to live in the energy of the solution. Every challenge has a solution. Ask to be shown what the solution is. Then choose to live in the energy of the solution. And so if you don't feel like you're getting clarity or getting insights on what the solution is, then you can simply start with declaring, I choose to live in the energy of the solution. I choose to live in the energy of the solution. So you don't have to know what that solution is, but by declaring that you're going to step into that energy, there we go. You have a next step, an instruction for the universe to support you in moving forward. And as you then become more surrounded and aligned and acclimated to that energy of the solution, I guarantee you will receive clarity. You will receive insights on what to do next. So, okay, let's do a Keepers of the Light. And I'm going to do my best to remember that we are going to read from the book. Once we get our card, let's see. I'm going to knock again. Releasing any tension. Okay, and what Keeper of the Light card wants to come through with the message? Woo! No, that's okay. I was going to say it's too many. It's 3 cards. We'll read whatever is on the top, but I'll show you all 3 cards. So let's see. Okay, so first we have El Mariah. It says, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Interesting. Okay. Second, we have Dharma unfolding. That is beautiful. It says, and the person's name, I'm going to do my best to pronounce this. Joal Cole. Joal Cole. I've never seen this card come through, so this is awesome. It says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. That's great confirmation. And yeah. We have Saint Germain karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. We have lots of confirmation. You're being called forth into your next level. whatever that looks like for you. And you don't have to fully know what that looks like. Maybe you do, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're just sensing it, right? Maybe you're just sensing the discomfort. I'm going to do a video on discomfort next. So, stay tuned for that next video coming out. But let's go ahead and read. This is really what's happening here. You're in the process of releasing karma and your dharma entering in, and you are simply awakening more of your presence. So let's see what the book has to say about that. Awakening presence. Here we go. Okay, I'll read. So it's got two parts here. Okay, El Moraya, Awakening Presence. About. El Moraya is a spiritual name that was given to protect the identity of Ranbir Singh, a spiritually aware man born into a powerful family that ruled Kashmir, a region in the Indian subcontinent in the 19th century. It is said that he interceded both spiritually and physically to stop the British invasion of the region in 1845. This wise soul is now able to help us remove any energy from our life that is not serving our connection to God. He is a wonderful guide to call on if we are unsure if something is real or not. He helps awaken our I am presence, which is our truest connection to our soul and to the universe itself. That was awesome. Let's see. The extended message is: spiritual protection is important at this time. Ensure that you are cleansing your energy before putting on protection. El Moraya is here with a legion of angels to help you understand where you are at now. Fire up your divine connection and detach from dramas, people, places, and emotions that no longer serve you. Remember that within you, there is a mighty soul light. Allow that light to shine through your entire being. Then call on El Moraya and his angels to surround you in a light that will keep you safe on all travels. Also know that facing fears and seeing the truth will strengthen your connection to the universal life force. So this was really wonderful. So whatever you're releasing, it could simply be something within you. Whether you're simply facing fears or seeing something true about yourself that maybe you have avoided seeing, whether that be perceived positive or negative, right? It might just be something you have avoided seeing. And maybe that has just that it's important for you to also release. And it's highlighting the importance of releasing first so that you open up space for that protection and something new to come in. And so that the energy you're calling to surround you with, right, can be most optimal and effective, right? Because let's say you don't release those heaviness and then you're calling in protection. It's kind of like you're not going to really feel that protection because you still have all that heaviness as like a barrier between you and the protection, right? But if you release what's heavy first and then call in the protection, there can be a sense of greater freedom and ease and feeling secure in where you are, knowing that you are being fully supported as you navigate your way forward one step at a time. And I want to say releasing judgment, whether it be your judgment or other people's judgment. You can do it. You can do it. We're going to bring up him, El Moraya. You can do it. Thank you, El Moraya. And thank you, universe and angels, right? All the angels, angelic support you have around you. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to close out with a message of life. These are always so freaking beautiful. And of course, at the bottom, we have overcoming. And let me show you this beautiful light image. Love that. Okay, taking one more cleansing, slow, deep cleansing breath. Exhaling whatever does not serve you. Opening up space and calling in forgiveness, self-forgiveness. Maybe just more ease in forgiving others and releasing the grief and frustration that may have been present surrounding whatever situations you might also be releasing. Okay, so I think we have two cards here, and let's see what these say. First one is appreciation. Second one is together in the light. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, appreciation. I am grateful for the abundance in my life. As I direct my thoughts towards all that is wonderful in my world, my troubles and worries lighten. With a full heart, I appreciate all that I have. Today, I accept what is as it is and choose to be satisfied. I express my loving thanks to the universe for the wealth that is mine. And together in the light. I give thanks for all who enter my life. Okay, double emphasis on appreciation here. Gratitude. I give thanks for all who enter my life. I understand we are all exactly who and where we are supposed to be. If forgiveness was resonating for you, then just take this message in. I'm going to start from the beginning again. I give thanks for all who enter my life. I understand we are all exactly who and where we are supposed to be, and everyone contributes to each other's personal growth. Every reaction someone draws from me is a gift from their soul to mine, meant to help free me from my inner conflicts. Today, by focusing on my own development rather than on others' faults, I become one with the divine. And there's a group of people here, and spirit angels are extending their love and energy down towards the group of people, right? So this could be, let's say you're in a scenario with other people in your life who, for you, may present a new challenge or conflict, and you might be struggling to forgive, to release, so that you can move forward. If you can already identify the growth that has happened within you as a result of the scenario, then that can support you in being able to see the situation from a higher perspective and go, okay, I see it. I see how their soul showed up in my experience as a catalyst for helping me to get to my next level. And that may really challenge you, especially if this is something new for you. And even if it's not, right? It's like no matter how much we grow, there can still always be another level, right? As long as you're human, there's still always more. We don't get it done. We just because you've evolved and grown and feel more empowered in who you are overall today doesn't mean you're not going to have something new that shows up. Something new to learn from and grow through and work your way through, right? It might have its own unsettling experience. And so that's where that beginner's mind, being that fool, going, okay, I know what this is like. I've been the fool before. What did I learn from the past? What have I learned from, previous experiences to support me in moving through now this experience? And this experience is going to have its own new layer of learning. Because as we up level, right? New level, new devil. I don't really like that phrase, but I think you get it. It's also what worked before is not necessarily going to work now. It will in some ways, but where you are now is going to have its own layer of newness to grow through as well. Yeah. So I see this as a very cohesive message. You stepping into your goddess queen-like state is simply recognizing the human journey of releasing what does not serve you, calling in with such simplicity, such as your breath, what does serve you, and coming into alignment with your highest self. Allowing yourself to shift perspectives of a situation that yes, you may feel like you see it very clearly, but keep in mind that may be just one angle. And if you're not getting the ease and the answers that you're desiring, the freedom, the emotional freedom from where you are with that perspective, you may need to widen that lens to be able to see it from a different angle. challenging, right? This human experience is challenging. And yet what I love knowing is that we also can choose to claim's not the word, choose to align with learning and growing through ease. It may not feel like it always happens that way, but what if your experience can be even just a little bit easier because you're choosing to align with ease as you move through it versus not aligning with ease at all and it just being a full-on train wreck, right? Yeah, right here we have my creative power. Absolutely. This is you. This is you being your queenness, your goddessness. Okay, we'll read this one too. I recognize the creative power of my thoughts. This is coming in right now to say, yes, listen to what Kim's saying. Listen to what Kim's saying. Okay. Okay. I recognize the creative power of my thoughts. I know that I can use them to build or to destroy. Today, I choose to use my thoughts to create a universe filled with joy and harmony. I will maintain a positive attitude. I have the power to create love and peace. And what I wanted, there's so much color. There's so much color and vividness in this. A lot of these other images are like very soft and sort of a blending of colors and imagery. This is a very crisp image, crisp, vibrant image right here. I mean, that's like, Mother Earth or Mother Goddess, your highest self shining down on you saying, yes, honey, I see you. Yes, honey, I see you. Where else in your life have you been hearing or receiving messages of knowing how powerful your thoughts are? Whatever has been does not have to be what always is. I mean, that's every day is a new day. It's been a while. Whatever you experienced yesterday does not have to be what you experience today. I don't know. I used to have a little tagline that went with that, and I'm blanking on it because it's been a while since I've said it. But that's what's coming forth. You get to create a new mindset. You get to create new, more powerful thoughts that support you in aligning with your queenness, your goddess energy. This is beautiful. You being aligned is a beautiful thing for all of us. It truly is. So, okay, let me know how this message resonated for you. I thank you for being here today. And yeah, you know what? I'm recording these messages as it flows and fits with what's going on in my world these days. So just know I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye, Queen.